Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly Desktop Dungeons challenge runs. After a break last week, we're back with a really interesting challenge this time. And for the first time in our challenge series, this is going to involve the Vicious token. Scary. I don't play with that very often, by the way, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not a huge fan of the improved monster stats, but there's no denying it makes a huge difference and makes it quite a bit tougher. Anyway, we're playing in the Northern Desert, and our special conditions this time are you have to prepare Jehora Jeheyu and worship him from level 1. You have to take patches and not convert him or anything until level 10. And as for our classes, we're not allowed to take vampires who can't worship Jehora anyway, and we're not allowed to take Crusaders who are immune to a bunch of stuff patches and Jehora can do. And we are not allowed to take Paladins because Paladins. Yeah. But we're allowed to prepare anything else. Oh, and I forget if I said that. We're not allowed to take Petition from Jehora. So the idea is we're going to have to endure all sorts of random punishments as we play through the dungeon, which is already vicious. It's going to be really interesting. So yeah, let's take some time to consider what we're doing here. We're gonna have to spend a bit more time in the dungeon preparation than usual. So Jay came up with this challenge, and I'm quite happy he did because it's really interesting. And he said he beat it, but he used cheese in an extremely powerful strategy. And according to him, any fairly competent player could take his strategy that he used and beat it. I haven't seen it. I'm guessing it's probably the Goblin Assassin with the prepped Amulet of Yendor. That's my guess anyway. Probably. It could be a bunch of things I'm not thinking of, but Assassins are already really strong for vicious runs, and with the Amulet of Yendor he can take care of a bunch of enemies and get a bunch of refreshes and all that. So that would be a really good really good strategy. I don't have the Yendor and I don't want to take the Assassin this time. We're going to go for a caster class this time because the big boss in here is the Tower of Goo, and I've only went into the dungeon once before this to have a look at the stats. The Tower of Goo has 636 HP if I'm not mistaken, and Ikitas, the other boss, is actually a weaker version, so he only has 300 HP, which is a lot more manageable. So I want a caster class to be able to properly spike both bosses with fireballs, because the vicious token damage is really high. And so here's a question. First of all, for mana spiking, we can consider an elf, but we won't because Jehora already gives us tons of max mana. We can consider a gnome, which I think is what I'm going to go for, because extra mana potions means more mana from Jehora and more replenishments of that mana. Or goblins are also really good, because in vicious token runs, they are by far the races that can level up the most reliably, which means more refills of that wonderful max mana. But Jehora gives us Chaos Avatar for an extra 80 for 80 piety. That gives us an extra level already. And I think the gnome is going to be more reliable here overall. I could be wrong, but we're going for the gnome. And as for our classes, let's see. I want to go with the sorcerer. There's a reason for that. Unfortunately, the wizard would have also been good because prepping Jehora has the awful disadvantage of costing you an inventory space. But sorcerer is what we're going for. And the reason for that is that both Patches and Jehora can poison you, and at early levels the sorcerer just gives no craps about poison because he regenerates health really well at low levels with one of his traits, which heals him for mana spent. And now that means that the other really dangerous punishment from both of these two, mana burn, is going to be covered with this soul orb. I'm preparing this because if we're going as a caster with this setup, this is the only way we're not going to die horribly every time. An inconvenient mana burn will just completely wreck any attempts we're doing at leveling half the time, and we don't want that. So for potions, let's see. Schadenfreude is absolutely no-brainer. And we're definitely going to want a Fortitude tonic because that will at least cure one of the poisons that we're going to inevitably get. Now the question is, do I want an extra burn salve, even though I won't get mana burn? Obviously, it heals corrosion, which is really nice, but corrosion isn't quite as awful as weakening tends to be. And I'm going to buy one from the potion shop for sure. The alternative would be a mana potion. And I think I'll try with the mana potion. We'll see how that goes. And I'm going to prep Upas because I know that because I'm worshipping Jehora and I'm not even going to spend piety on Petition, I'm going to have a bunch of extra max health from at least one boost health, and I think I'll be able to tank the Tower of Goo at least one hit by the time I get there. So that's for my potions. We have the Soul Orb, we have Patches, which we don't have a choice. Definitely preparing the Apothecary here because we're almost certainly going to want to buy at least another Fortitude tonic. We're going to buy a Burn Salt for sure, and we're going to want to buy another Schadenfreude potion because otherwise we would be putting that extra mana from Jehora to waste. Preparing Flame Magnet because I just want a reliable start. As for these, Compression Seal is a no-brainer because of that smaller inventory that we start with from Jehora. And, okay, Perseverance Badge is good because it's a small slot item and 10% damage is always good. Slayer One is good because slaying high-level monsters in vicious token runs is really tough. And having it for either deblocking a path or extra experience would be really nice. This I won't be worrying about because I'm focusing on fireballs. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's a bit of a risk because it clogs my inventory some more, but at worst I can use it in some way. Okay, so I spent way too much time discussing preparations. Let's get started. Alright, so Jehora is here. We're going to worship him immediately. Hydrocule, I so wish I could be worshipping you right now. That is... Okay, and my my inventory is already kind of clogged, isn't it? Alright, well, we're gonna compress this and grab the White Glyph because we want to start accumulating piety right away. So I'm gonna start casting White. So what's this guy's health look like? Okay, interesting. But that's okay because the one advantage of not taking Petition, despite all the other awful things about it, is that I'm going to get those early boons really quick, which is to say now. I'm going to grab boost health right away. In fact, I'm going to start casting to fill it up so that goes faster. I'm also going to keep accruing Jehora piety. What's this look like? Okay, so I've been pretty lucky so far. Let's unclog the passageways. A curse, I don't care. Props to Jay, by the way. This is a really cool challenge. Weakening, which is great. And we're at 20 piety, so let's get a bit of extra mana. So this guy has burning already on him. I'm going to max it out. More weakening. Right, you know what? I should be attacking this Gorgon instead because they have the same HP and it won't mana burn me, but I'm derping it out for some reason. So I'm going to warp it here and hope I won't run into a roadblock until my mana is restored. This is unfortunately a very wasteful beginning, and I apologize for that. What's my sub-dungeon? Oh, it's the Jade Tooth one. I think he gets I think he gets extra stats from the Vicious token. I don't know. I mean, if I can get him down, then that would be awesome because his extra potion is really nice. But let's stack some burning on this one. Oh, drain health. Well, that's okay. I'm just gonna heal it up like this. I feel sick. That might be nice. Oh, and I'm poisoned too. Wow, health loss and poison at the same time is pretty awesome. So, I'll attack. Actually, all things considered, maybe I shouldn't have attacked first, but... oh well. I'm probably going to be crying about black space later. But this is my chance for a slightly stronger start. Oh, help me can be really nice. Good. And I can take this guy down right now. Very nice. Okay, level 3. I'm gonna have enough piety for another Jehora boon. And Patches just poisoned me again, the jerk. Didn't he? What did Patches give me this time? Plus 3 max health and poison. Well, the plus 3 max health I'll barely feel, but poison I'll take. I don't exactly have a choice, don't I? Yeah. In Vicious token runs, you can basically forget about fighting any monster that's 2 levels higher than you, unless it's a really good combination. We have a boss right here, and it could either be fighting this troll, which I fear is going to block me somehow, and I don't know that I have enough resources to fight him anyway. And he fast regens. I'm gonna try this meat man instead, which is gonna be extremely wasteful, but actually not so bad. Despite their stats, they still have terrible regeneration, so... I say that, but I'm poisoned. Which is kind of a quick little oversight, wouldn't you say? I should really be using Help Me for this. Might just work though. Yes! Okay. And that's one level 3 down. Okay, so time to get another shot of boost mana. And yeah, I think I'm just going to level up off of level 1 because I'm wasting a lot by exploring while poisoned. Alright. Did Patches seriously poison me game? Okay. You jerk. Well, I'm just going to pick up Help Me, I think. Should I do that? Might end up converting wait soon anyway. So I think I'll do that. Crystal ball, very nice. Yeah, so this guy is going to take quite a bit of fireballing to take down. But, you know, that's why I'm a gnome. Let's trade this goblin. Oh, what a jerk. Wait, hang on. 12 damage. He would heal for 6 times 2, so... sorry, 3 times 2, so 6, 13. With the burning, I have exactly enough to kill him with an extra fireball if I regen 2 tiles. Good. Okay, so that's at least a positive development. And since I'm at 3 weakened, I'm just going to go ahead and drink this Fortitude Potion because I don't think I can afford to keep leveling up at such a disadvantage. What next? I might consider his Tower of Goo, but I'm already having trouble with... I'm already having enough trouble killing down a goblin. Someone with physical resistances like that is probably not going to end well for me. So... but unfortunately... I don't have any other target that's really valuable for me for this right now. Unless I convert... wait, what? And grab a Feel Sick, which I think I'm going to do. I'm at 45 piety, which means I could take another hit of boost health, but I don't know if I really need that. Instead, I might want to try and keep going for... Mind you, I just realized that I've now taken out any glyph that I could use to gain piety, I think. I don't think a Feel Sick works for Jehora piety. Does it? Oh, it does! Wonderful. Okay, that's good. That's something I should have known beforehand, but you know, I'll take it. This Gorgon just might be doable. Obviously, I'm running very low on black space. This might just end. This run might just end in a loss. I'm kind of predicting, but at least poison this guy. Poison another time for the extra health, and boom. Okay, good. Oh, these elfin boots look so nice. I'm probably going to use this Slayer wand to help me level up while I try and fight against the boss here. What's this guy health look like? Pretty high. So let's have a look at this guy. Help me was absolutely wonderful find here. I'm very glad I have it. Okay, so I want to keep at least some more black space around. So instead, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try and take this guy down over the course of a level up. So I'm going to get 18. Oh, and let's get an extra boost mana. Let's get some soft experience. I'm going to have to kill this guy to move him out of the way anyway. And I can tank a hit from this guy, so that's pretty good. And I ended up with that extra mana, so I'll just go ahead and regenerate one. So I have 4 fireballs right here. And okay. I'm wasting quite a bit of popcorn, but I think the leveling potential is worth it. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. Okay, good. That's a positive development. Too bad I can't access the hidden subdivision, which is probably here or here. Pendant of mana, because our max mana isn't ridiculous enough already. See, this is the point where the monster stats are starting to feel really painful, and I'm starting to think maybe I should have gone Goblin. I haven't even been paying attention to what Patches is doing, which is a shame because he's decided to poison me again, the little jerk. And I believe I got health loss at a point where it didn't matter because I leveled up. So that's good. Apologies if I'm not really paying enough attention here. I guess I'm just kind of distracted. I'm going to need some experience, there's just no two ways about it. I might just use my health potion against this meat man and try and get some nice experience. You know, now I'm starting to feel the weakening essence transit, which is not because it doesn't stack, is getting kind of rough. Okay. And we're already out of black space. Wonderful. Well, now it's time or never to start attacking this guy. I obviously still have some black space left, but I'm largely out of it. I might end up taking the Alchemist pack later for more experience. I'm going to be starved of it. And, you know, I'm probably going to end up desecrating Dracul to ensure I get a Chaos Avatar later. So that's the plan. Can't physically attack this guy because that would be reasonable. Let's kill some dudes. Thanks for the random teleportation patches. +1 max mana. Okay, I'm not going to complain about that one. That's interesting. Now might be a decent time to start converting stuff. Let's see, I'm not going to be using biceps. Oh, and I oh, look at that. I don't have any space for my mana potions. Well, I have to apologize to my viewers because I'm really not playing with the best concentration right now. This is doing 20, so if I regenerate 2, it won't be a waste. I'm still going to come off a little bit ahead in terms of damage. I'm just going to have to use this first shot and further right now. And I'll attack. Who do I attack? Maybe a target I'll want to kill afterwards. Like for instance, I can try attacking this guy, but I doubt after taking out Aketas I'll have the kind of resources I'll need for that. So let's instead attack this level 5 Warlock, which still requires 3 hits from me. So you know, that's a thing. But it'll give me a very nice 28 mana boost. Which won't quite kill this guy. You know, it'll come close. Now I can use that mana potion I got. And attack this guy, and I would level up. Now, do I want to level up? That's a good question. Is there anything else on which I can use my health resources? First of all, I'm going to sell this. I'm not even paying attention to what's in my shops. I apologize. See, if I'd paid attention and bought this, this would have been easier. In fact, no, level 7s at this point are still going to kick my ass, so I need to consider this carefully. I'm obviously not going to be using a field stick anyway. So I'm going to convert a field stick anyway. But I won't do that right now because otherwise I'll end up in my inventory. Oh wait, never mind, it'll fill up here. I'm definitely going to want to get the crystal ball at some point because of that nice gold I haven't been using. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and level up. First taking a hit from this guy. Random warp, okay. Patches, what do you think, Patches? Plus 3 max health, okay. Okay, funny, I have just barely enough to not take a hit from this guy. That's kind of disappointing. Is there anything I can use that to boost my max health? I mean, I could go talk to the pack maker. Oh, I could buy this, I guess, for 1 hit. I could go talk to the pack maker and ask him for Warrior's Pact at the point where I know I'm only going to kill 1 more monster, which I don't know when is going to happen. So I have 2 of these lying around. Actually, I think I'm going to pick up Let Me See Now and use it to try and kill as many monsters as I can. Hopefully this can get me close to a level up. We'll see. Okay. Yep, health drain, thanks Jehora. Still have my sub-dungeon. But this, you know, is a pretty heavy resource investment on that zombie. Okay, let's go and have a look in here. It's very good that I have this extra. This guy is totally out of my reach. I'm pretty sure his HP is vicious level, so... $26, okay. This is where the Slayer one's going to end up being useful as well. So I ended up not needing that burst salve. Or at the very least, maybe I could have used it, but I ended up not using it. I have a bunch of these popcorn monsters, and I can use the Slayer one to get at up to 7 experience. Yeah, that could have been useful, maybe. Alright. So I'm 1 MP short of all those fireballs. That's kind of unfortunate. And that means I'm done with Let Me See. Let's convert that. I'm pretty close to Chaos Avatar at this point. If I buy a bunch of things and try mass conversion, that'll probably work out pretty well in terms of piety. Or really, what I should be doing is just desecrating Dracul for that extra piety. Show myself in boots could be so nice. Okay, anyway. I will absolutely want that crystal ball. But first things first, I'm going to buy this plate mail. Now, thanks to that, I can hit this guy, so I'm going to Quaff Lupaz. And chunk that. And now is the time to commence fireballing. Which means that I'm done with this. Gotta convert it. I means I absolutely want the crystal ball. Where are you, crystal ball? There you go, thank you. I'm going to buy a Schadenfreude for sure. And I'm going to convert Help Me because I don't need it anymore. More piety, very nice. Okay, let's get started. No more glyphs? Okay. No, do I want those elements? No, actually, you know what? What I do want is this Pendant of Mana. Because now I have 30 fireballs. That's kind of ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure I can win this now. So let's just kill this guy and level up. Very nice. Charging up my crystal ball as I go along. Yeah, okay, I'm not worried anymore. Patches poisoned me, but I don't even care anymore, and he just decided to give me some resists, because that's obviously going to make a difference. So now the question is, well, my max health doesn't really matter anymore. Because I'm not going to be physically attacking this guy. I'm just going to desecrate that. Yeah, sure. Minus 20 max HP. I just lost boost health. Oh no. Let's just Chaos Avatar instead. Thank you very much. Oh hey, I got the Typhoid Mary achievement for 5 different ways of curing poison. That's nice. I totally was not expecting that. Okay. Anyway. And okay, there we go. That's it. We win. So I didn't need all those mana potions in the end. I didn't need that crystal ball in the end. I just seriously overestimated the difficulty of this. I mean, obviously no. I didn't overestimate the difficulty What I mean by that is I seriously overestimated the amount of resources I would need to get through this. But we got through. I do apologize for being so distracted all the time and like completely missing the obvious. that must be quite painful to watch. But anyway, this victory on my first try. Awesome. So, gnome sorcerers are awesome. I don't think I really needed to demonstrate that. But it's a demonstration anyway. 30 max mana is really cool. Really quite satisfying, to be honest. And it is possible to survive both Jehora and Patches together without taking Petition if you plan accordingly and just suck it up. Wonderful! And I'm quite happy to get my first victory with Vicious. I think we'll be doing more Vicious runs because those are pretty interesting. Obviously I'm not in my element. I'm used to being able to explore around without thinking too much and not have to and not pay for it, and this is kind of forcing me to be really careful about it, so I'm quite glad for that. So that was it for my challenge this week. We had a couple of new entrants actually this week, so I'm going to link their and not all of them are going to be making videos, but I'm going to try and link to them in some way so you can see their answers to this challenge. And until then, hopefully I'll see you next week.